Hello and welcome to my timeline of Piaget, Maslow, and me. My name is Candace Gauthier. I'm 22 years old and obviously still learning a lot of things, but I have found that Abraham Maslow's theories and Jean Piaget's theories combined together have made so much sense in someone's life development to have it be successful, have it be through birth to death. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you today through my perspective, through my life. But first of all, I think it's really important to talk about what is Maslow's theory and needs and what is Piaget's theory. So let's begin. So, Maslow studied personalities and expanded the field of humanistic psychology to dig deeper into how humans' needs change throughout their entire lifespan and how they change or develop one's personality. As you can imagine, from being an infant to being even just where I am now, 22 years old, my needs are a whole lot different. Maslow really focused on his concern on an individual's drive towards self-actualization. What is that? That's a state of fulfillment. Basically, it's you've successfully reached each need, as you can see in this picture: physiological needs, safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. So he was looking into reaching the highest peak of success. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Maslow also wanted to understand what motivated people. So therefore, when a person successfully accomplishes a need, they move to the next phase, the next step. So they start from the bottom and work their way up. A person's motivation to reach his or her full potential. This model shows the person must, as mentioned, complete each step in order to climb up. Skipping a step is a sign of failure. You will not get to self-actualization, as Maslow believed. Next is Piaget's developmental theory. Piaget studied the development of children's understanding by observing them, talking to them, and listening to them while they worked on exercises that he created himself. He said that children's thinking does not develop entirely smoothly. There are certain points at which it takes off and moves into completely new areas and capabilities. He explained that children cannot undertake certain tasks until they are psychologically mature enough. As you can see at formal operations, which where most of us are who are reviewing this, we're there from age 11 and so on and so forth, and it makes sense by different age range that we develop different ways to grasp concepts, symbolic thinking, coordinations of our senses and motor responses, and theoretical and hypothetical thinking. So, let's start at the very beginning, literally. I was born on November 26, 1993. At this point in my life, I'm just at the beginning of the hierarchy of needs. I depend on my caregivers heavily for my physiological and safety needs, such as eating, sleeping, providing a stable financial home, so security, and as well as love and affection. Right? Do things such as sucking and something called rooting, which basically means I'm looking for food. I don't understand how to accomplish this need, but my motor skills understand that those motions will successfully get me food, as for example breastfeeding. So it is a huge key aspect that you need your caregivers at this point in your life in order to successfully accomplish that life stage. For Piaget, it says, I'm in the sense of motor stage. I'm going to be here till I'm 2, so I'm going to get comfortable. Right now I have a sensory curiosity of the world, but you can't blame me because it's so big. I'm very observant. I use noises and my motor skills, as Maslow mentioned, to communicate when I'm hungry. Age 2, my first 2 years. I'm in my pre-operational stage. Hello, Piaget. Where I stop thinking so much about my basic needs, but care more of the world around me. Therefore, I need security and affection. Safety and security isn't all. I am starting to crave attention and an esteem matter. So please show me praise. I'm looking for it. Bundle me up as well. Make me eat my dinner no matter how much I refuse, because the truth is, I'm just curious on my surroundings and I don't pay too much attention to my basic needs. As Maslow said, I'm in my pre-operational stage according to Piaget. I really do lack rationality or an ability to perform certain tasks, but I can form stable concepts and I love to use my imagination. I just can't distinguish whether this is your perspective, is this my perspective, Who cares? I'm playing, I'm having fun, just look out for me. Right here I have a little clip of my goddaughter who is 2 years old using her imagination, as simple as that. Bye, Brooke. Love you.
Where are you going, Tinkerbell?
You're gonna go to work?
Okay, have fun, Tinkerbell.
That was a short day. You're back? Already? How many jobs do you have? Early childhood, age 4 and 7. Just as I was too, I am still very adventurous. I often put my basic needs, such as my safety and my physiological needs, behind me. I'm more caring about security, my self-esteem, and love and belonging. Show me some respect, encouragement to make this stage a positive stepping stone. Really encourage all my achievements. My friendship, my family is huge. And if I say I'm a princess, play along and be my Prince Charming, because what's really important at this age is letting me know that I can be. Piaget. I have grown, but I am still in my pre-operational stage. My imagination and intuition are still growing and strong. Complex thought is still very difficult, but I understand symbols and images and can demonstrate symbolic play, which is very important when it comes to being in school. Middle childhood, age 9. At this point in my life, my physiological needs and safety needs should be met by my caregivers still. So therefore, I can move forward to work on my love, social, and esteem needs as I started. At this age, me and my friends are in sports, we're in dance, and other social skills, compassion, and sharing are developing very well. It's also helped me learn interests and discover who I am. I'm deepening friendships, and this knowledge from school is helping me shape my future. Piaget. I'm in my concrete operational stage. Now I can finally understand concrete situations, time, amounts, and they can be applied, but not as independent concepts, quite as yet. Hypothetical scenarios I have a hard time with, but the interest groups such as dance, chess, and sports will help enhance these areas. So thank you, Maslow, for the advice. But let's take a step back. What happens when my basic physiological and safety needs are not met? When these needs are not met, it is very hard to continue to meet other needs. Malnourished, abused, and poor children score much lower on their aptitude tests, and it makes it so much harder to catch up to their peers. Make school fun, make it safe, and help set our children up for success. This is a huge sign of failure that is seen all too often. Oh goodness, adolescence, Candace, age 12. This is when MySpace and taking pictures of yourself started. This started the selfie stage. This is where a time in my life where relationships are flourishing, and this comes with the pressure of sex and keeping up with the popular agenda, which really does explain my hairstyle and looking quite relevant or similar to a raccoon with that black makeup, but just trying to fit in. So it's really important to support your teenagers through these awkward stages, because this is when I'm really being hands-on with myself and really discovering who I am. Failing this life stage would be not being able to satisfy my basic needs and giving into certain peer pressures such as drugs. I am in the last stage of Piaget's theory. This stage will continue on throughout my adulthood. Formal operations means I'm developing the ability to logical, sophisticated thought and hypothetical scenarios. My problem skills are great, and I'm able to solve harder problems, but keep in mind, I am 12 years old, I am an adolescent, and I don't always think out fully due to logic. I think with my self-esteem and my wants, which sometimes does not make a good combination. Emerging adulthood, hello. I'm 22 years old, as I said, and this is me present in a picture of me with my boyfriend of 5 years at age 20. I've accomplished 3 of my basic needs, and I now know how to work, hold down a job, how to cook, and regulate a sleep schedule. I'm growing past my caring about what others think about me, but care more about showing a strong, educated, positive image of myself when it comes to my esteem. I focus right now heavily on love and belonging and working on my relationship with my family, my boyfriend. I experimented as a teen. My life is showing me who I am. In this age, I'm really discovering that, and I'm getting so close to self-actualization. With Piaget formal operations continuing strong, from 2007 to now, I feel like I can say my deductive reasoning and logic has improved. I am able to make better life choices and handle several hypothetical situations at once. I have a strong ability to plan my life and show cognitive maturity. Connecting these two different theories and needs makes sense with my ability to hold down the job, as I said, and to be able to cook for myself, to be able to sleep, to understand that breathing is needed, security of body and employment, resources, financial stability, and loving my family, and having that confidence, really showing that I'm so much closer to that self-actualization, which connects with Piaget, having that logic and knowledge and know-how to back it up. Adulthood. As I said, I'm 22 years old, so I use my lovely mother as an example. So, hey Mom, 29 and going strong. My mom works to ensure her and her family's basic physiological and safety needs are met. As an adult, when needs become fewer, being able to focus on self-actualization will become very easy. If an adult fails to continue moving up, that could happen, worse things could happen in a midlife crisis. Piaget, formal operational stage. Still continuing. Able to logically relate abstract thoughts and hypotheses according to Piaget. This could happen successfully to an adult based on their knowledge and accomplishment in life. Not being able would be a sign of failure, which connects directly to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, your success in life and accomplishments. Introducing my grandma. Growing older has its perks. We become wiser, but we also lose some of our independence at times. Losing the ability to walk and sometimes feed ourselves. Not being able to complete our safety and physiological needs. But we are at our greatest for self-actualization because at this point we have so much wisdom and life experiences gained. It really shows our accomplishment of getting to the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs if done correctly. Formal operations is still in full effect until the day you pass away. Still very similar to past life chapters, although with age, some lose the ability to process their thoughts and concepts logically. This is not a sign of failure, but with aging. Although the best life choices come at this age due to experience with many years of it. My grandma gives some of the best advice. She's so loving. She embodies each 5 stages of Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Piaget's stages of development. And as they say, twice a child, once a man. So let me tell you about my sources. Please take a time to check out my sources. I found some really fantastic tools here that really broke down and explained different types of cognitive development. It even combined other theories other than Maslow and Piaget, so I highly recommend taking the time to look into it. So here you have it, Piaget, Maslow, and me. Piaget really focused on children and the development to bring an adult into society, as Abraham Maslow focused on those each steps that'll take you through life to reach self-actualization and really what affects someone's personality. And put together, it really creates a successful livelihood and understanding. Really just take a step back and not freak out, but learn a little, understand where someone's at, where you're at, and don't panic because everything comes in time, everything comes in a process and steps with age, with wisdom and experience. But most importantly, knowledge. Thank you so much for taking the time to go through my life with me, going through my timeline. The end.